Good day, everybody. Peace, love, and harmony to you all. I am Peacekeeper, and I'm out here in the heart of nature. Yeah. To raise the frequency. Feels so good to be alive, baby. Feels so good to be here right now. Right now. In this present moment. Let's dive deep. Let's take a deep dive today, guys. So, today I want to talk to you guys about the art of letting go. The importance of letting go in this life. Why letting go can help you bring peace. Why letting go can help you cultivate peace within. So let's dive straight in to today's message. So for starters, along my journey, I've been hurt a lot. I have. I've been hurt by a lot of people. I see so much things that are happening in society that I don't like. I see so much things in society that it's tough. It's really tough that human beings are like fighting and bringing down each other. No care. You know? I see a lot of that. Like, it's amazing how easy it is for people to bring down or choose to bring down another, and how difficult it is to actually uplift another. In today's society, a lot of people are like sheeps. You know, they just follow the crowd. They just follow the herd. They just do what it is that everyone else is doing, absorbing the energies that they are around, becoming just like them. A lot of people in today's society are easily influenced, is what I'm trying to say here. And they tend to just follow the crowd because everyone else is doing it, so they think that they should do it too. Hence why there's a lot of fighting and a lot of negative stuff going on. But enough of that, right? How to let go of it. As much as I see these things, I understand this. Life itself is not fixed. Life itself is not perfect. So, for me, I don't try to make life perfect. I don't try to make my reality the most beautiful reality ever, but I've learned to accept the fact that there are negative forces on this planet. I've learned to accept the fact that there is bad and there is good. I've learned to accept the fact that even the negative energies and entities are there for a purpose, to teach us a lesson. So in me realizing that I have this moment to let go of trying to get rid of the negative and focus more on learning the lesson that comes with the negatives, has helped me to cultivate more peace in my mind, more peace in my life. It has helped me to just be tranquilo, blissful, and just at peace with the negatives in this life. Because I realize that life itself is like balance. You know, the negative pole, the positive pole. What makes it different is the contrasting effect of what you can do with a negative force, as in turning that negative into something positive and not absorbing it and allowing it to turn you negative. Example: two opposing frequencies can't occupy the same space and time, right? So therefore, if you are someone positive and awake and aware, in control of your reality, in control of your mind, when it is you venture into negative spaces or you are around negative frequencies, those negative frequencies won't affect you. They really can't, because you are awakened to the point where you understand that once there are no enemy within yourself, the enemy on the outside can't harm you. So within you, you've made peace within yourself. Within you, you understand that what it is that they are doing can't affect you unless you allow them to. Unless you absorb their energy. Unless you absorb their negativity. And that can only happen if it is that you come down to meet them at their level. You see, if you come down to meet someone at their level, example, let's say someone is enraged and you choose to meet them at that eye level of them being enraged and you being enraged too, you have now placed yourself on their level. Whereas if you kept calm, took a deep breath and just relaxed, you would not have you would not have absorbed their energy, but actually transmuted their energy into something positive onto yourself. And how does one do this also? It's to realize that when someone is angry, vexed, enraged in any way, form or fashion, it's not your fault. It's their fault, because they allowed themselves to be enraged. They allow themselves to react rather than responding. So some may say, what if someone blatantly does something to anger or aggravate someone? It's still their choice in how they choose to relay that. It's still their choice in how they choose to express that. But you see, where rage comes from and anger comes from, it's when a lot of individuals don't vent, they don't speak, and they let things slide and they let things pile up, and then over time, when they can't stand it no more, that's when they speak. Whereas if they were communicating and expressing, relating on a regular, they would not have had to get angry to then voice their opinion. They would not have had to get angry to then share what it is that they don't like, what it is that they are not accepting, what it is that, they don't appreciate. They would not have had to get angry to do that, because they would have been sharing those things along the way. So I say to you, oftentimes, people, I'm making a video, why? Yeah, oftentimes people don't voice and don't make it clear for certain things, like certain things that they're not accepting and certain things that they don't appreciate, but still let it slide and bypass it. Somewhere down the line, it becomes like that being now is taking advantage of the situation. It comes now like that being no longer cares about what they are doing wrong, because it's not that they don't care correction, but they don't know that they're doing something wrong, because it has never been voiced, it has never been spoken, it has never been verbalized. So within that individual, they think it's okay, they think it's alright, they think it's not a problem, because the individual never made it a problem before. The individual never voiced that to be a problem before. And then somewhere down the line, it just became a problem. So that rage there is uncalled for because of the individual themselves who chose to get angry, rather than actually communicating and explaining why it is that they are vexed or angry in the first place. Because they have never communicated it. Whereas if someone communicated something and it is still being overstepped, that's a whole other story. That's a whole different ball game. So in this being said, if it is that you have voiced something and it is that you have, said that this is what you're not accepting, this is something that you don't appreciate, etc., etc., and the being still does it, then you need to cut off that being in that way. Whether it be, let's say, something that they are using that is your personal stuff or whatnot, cut them off from what it is that they are not appreciating or what it is that they are not accepting. Like, you just need to cut them off. Doesn't make sense getting vexed. Cut them off in that area and let them deal with whatever it is that they need to deal with thereafter. Let them know also why it is you cut them off from it. That's all. So you see, with cultivating that peace, people need to learn how to also stand up for themselves and say no. But a lot of people out there are afraid to say no. A lot of people out there don't want to say no because a lot of people are trying so hard to please other people, make sure that they are good over themselves, make sure that every single need is met in another and disregard their own needs. So in doing so, you now put too much of your energy outside of yourself to go outside and try to control things that we don't have control of. Example, you cannot control someone else's emotions. No matter how hard you try, you can't. People will feel and think what it is they want to feel regardless. So this is why it's not possible really and truly to take on someone else's emotions and say to yourself that I will fix you, I will deal with this, and this is my obligation now to make sure that you are good. Because it doesn't matter what you do, but what matters is what they choose to do. So they can listen to you and they can agree with you and they can say that they understand, but if they don't really and truly take accountability and take action within themselves, they won't really and truly find what it is that they are looking for. And nothing that you do can change that or help that. The best thing that you can do is keep doing what you can do, but know that you're not obligated to. You know? Which draws me into this part of the message here too. Whereas in today's society, it's like I said, I see a lot of shit taking place. I see a lot of not so good stuff. But I have no control over society. I have no control over the masses. I don't. Example, have you ever wondered like why the police service or police system was created? It wasn't really created to protect human beings, you know. It was created to protect the government systems. That's what the police service was really was created for. So when I look at that system, I look at that system as a very oppressive system. But who am I to go against the police system? I can't really do anything about that aside from speaking about it and raising awareness. So this is why I'll do what I need to do on that behalf, on my ends. Because really and truly, the police system is a bully system created for the government to suppress the population. Whereas the government can do what it is they want because they have the police system in their order, in their backyard, basically. That's their card, their trump card. And the lower class or the quote-unquote civilians have no say. You see, they believe they are above the law because they wrote the law. But everyone else is below the law. This is why they are able to do a lot of the stuff that they do. War, they are orchestrated wars, which are known as clean wars in the government systems, where they can actually war other countries once they're not using nuclear power weapons, etc., etc., and it's seen as a clean war. So hence that war now is okay. It's okay because it's not against the law. Because the laws are created to best suit their cause. The laws are created just to suit their agendas, and their agendas are created to put more money in their pockets. But I'll go down that route some other time. What I'm saying is here, all of these systems that were created and implemented wasn't implemented for mankind, but the desires, the ego's desires of the governmental system. This is why they govern your mental. You know, so this is why it's also important to listen, because there's so much things going on behind closed doors that they don't tell us, and they don't make this public. Like this what I'm saying here, you won't hear this on the news. No. They don't want people to know this type of information. They don't want that. But this is why I say to you, be mindful that the police weren't created to protect you. No, they weren't. They were created to control you. This is why, if they call a state of emergency, who are they using? They are using civilians to suppress civilians. Because that's all a police really is, you know, a civilian still. They just slap on a badge, slap on a hat, slap on a uniform, and now they are police. A police officer is no different to a chef who slaps on a protective, coverall, a chef hat, a little hairnet, a face mask. No different to a doctor who puts on his doctor suit, his doctor gloves, etc., etc. Just a human being in uniform. No different to a lawyer, a being in uniform. Now that being said though, I would say this though. There's a little deeper part to go into all of that, but I'm not explaining all of that in terms of, when it is, you need training to be a police officer, you need studies to be a doctor, you need all of these type of different things. But really and truly, the point that I'm relaying here is the fact that it's a uniform, the fact that they are not better than, the fact that they think they are better than because of their badge or because of their status doesn't mean that they are better. We are all one. We are all human beings. This is what I'm relaying to you guys here. Yes, they will have certain things that, example, a police officer might have a more fitness level skill set than a doctor. Just say, possibly. That's not a fact because they are fit doctors. Get where I'm going with this. So, at the end of it all, it just varies based on how an individual sees, how an individual perceives. See, when it is you perceive something as higher than, then you give it your power. And automatically now, you think of yourself as finite and them superior. And this is what the system has succeeded with in a lot of people. But this is why chosen ones out here also are choosing to raise the frequency and raise awareness. But we don't have to, because we are already free. We already know what we know. We just don't want to keep the peace to ourselves. We just choose to spread the peace. But really and truly, we can't just come somewhere out here in the heart of nature and don't give a shit and just live our lives. But we still choose to do it because someone else out there needs to hear. Someone else out there needs this type of information. Someone else out there needs this help. Someone else out there needs to hear this, to know that, hey, they are enough. You are enough. Don't think for a second that you are not enough. You were born enough. You were made enough. You are already whole. So understand that a lot of the programs and a lot of the tricks, a lot of the manipulation, a lot of the lies that you have been told, you have the choice now not to subscribe to it. You have the choice now to choose peace. Because, my friend, and I'll wrap this message up here. Peace is a choice. Love is a choice. Transcend fear. Break loose. Tap into peace. Because the truth is, half of these things that I have shared with you guys here, I've made peace with it. Like, I can be in negative situations, it's like I said, in negative thoughts and still be at peace with it. Doesn't mean that because I'm thinking about these negative stuff, or because that I am sharing about some of these negative stuff means that it bothers me. I'm just raising awareness. That's it. But I'm at peace with it. Like, I can speak about it and it doesn't harm me, it doesn't affect me. Like, I live in a world that has a lot of negative. They're positive and negative in everything. So for me, I've just learned how to stand and be me, even any negative. And this now influences the negative frequencies or the negative things to actually rise to meet my level. That's it. That's how you also deal with someone who's angry, someone who is enraged. Keep your peace. And they either need to meet you at your level or exit. And that's it. Allow yourself to be yourself and not absorb other people's energies. Stay in your peaceful nature. Stay in your true, authentic nature. And let them rise and meet you. Don't come down to someone who's enraged. Has nothing to do with you. That's the nutshell here. That's the whole view. I just went into a lot of other things to explain it, but you'll get the full circle, right? The rage, all of that. You keep making peace within you, and that outside entity can't harm you, because you are in control of you. You are in control of your emotions. Only thing you can't control is you. So this is why I say to you, believe in you, trust in you, stay focused on you, and control you. Nothing else but you. I'm out, guys. I hope this message has helped you guys in some way, form, or fashion today. Peace, love, and harmony to you all. I'm out. Until tomorrow.